Welcome, Strategy Battle Gamers, to the GBHL YouTube channel.
You forget we did. We had to go into fitness mode.
I don't know what I was about to do there. I think I was about to do my Switch fitness.
Yeah.
Hey, Switch fitters. It's so cheesy. Even more cheesy than this. So welcome to GBHL YouTube channel. You're here with your channel host, GBHL James.
And GBHL Jamie, and it is the Warriors of Angmar plus scenarios to fill up time.
To fill up and beef up the video. Yeah. So probably our last video
for Moria and Angmar.
We might try and get a battle report in, a Moria versus Angmar. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Probably can. We
can. I've got both armies.
Yeah, maybe try and do that tomorrow.
Yeah, bring the grass mat.
Bring the grass mat. Have you got the...
No, well, I've got a circle board. Circle table. So
yeah, just do it on that.
Yeah.
We'll do it on that with your weathertop.
Nope. No weathertop. That's down south.
Down south?
Down south. Left it Damien's. I'm also carrying it back up north. He's bringing it up in April.
Oh, okay. Alright, that's a shame. I'll bring some cool terrain then.
I've got a Hobbit Hall. Halfling home to unbox.
Yes! Moria and Angmar fighting over the Shire.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome. Oh yeah, we can do that unboxing tomorrow. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked, but it has filled up a couple of minutes, which is good because there's not many Warriors of Angmar. Okay, and we're going to start off with the basic Orc Warrior. We have talked about this, of course.
In
Isengard, so make sure you go and check out that video. But just for the purposes of this video, they are 5 points. They are 5/3. They've got 5+ shoot value, strength 3, defense 4, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 2. Take a banner for 25 points. Take Orc, bow, shield, spear, 2-handed weapon, all for a point each. Just orcs.
Just orcs.
Just orcs.
Just orcs. They're the mainstay of the army, though.
The mainstay of the army. Yep. So you're probably going to see shields on the front rank.
Absolutely awful.
Whoa. They're salt rules.
Nah.
Do you not remember?
They're awful.
Yeah. Then there's nothing special about them, but they are quite cheap.
Yeah.
They are quite cheap.
They got swords and they've got picks as their standard weapons they come with, so
yeah,
it's not bad.
Yeah, so from a special strikes point of view, they're going to be okay. And they are going to make up the bulk of an Angmar force from terms of warriors. So you are probably going to have that shield front row and the spears. Are we going to see many with bows?
No.
No.
Got the next guy.
Exactly. We've got Orc trackers. Exactly the same points.
Mm-hmm.
We've not come across some Orc trackers before, have we?
We have not, no.
So what do they do?
They are fight 3 with a 4+ shoot value.
Ooh.
Ooh. Strength 3 and defense 3. 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 2. They're armed with an Orc bow and can take a Warg for 6 points.
How interesting.
So you get a mounted archer for 11 points with a 4+ shoot value that is essentially strength 4. And they're actually pretty decent.
I'd say I've not seen that done, but that seems like quite a good idea.
We used it at the doubles tournament.
Oh, did you?
Yes. We used 7 of them.
Okay, yeah, because 11 points for a mounted archer hitting on 4+ is pretty good.
They won us 2 of our 6 games.
Oh, really?
They won us Reconnoiter because we got 4 of them off the board, and then we let ourselves die.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. I've not seen people do the sort of Orc trackers on Wargs. I didn't realise that they could come on them.
Yeah.
But for the same points, yeah, you get a better shoot value. Yeah, your defence is going to be a little bit lower. But for 11 points, mobile cavalry and 4+, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Weird models. Yeah,
they are, aren't they? They're a bit Warhammery again, but when you actually see them in the in the metal, they're actually really quite nice.
Cool. And what did you use? Did you use Warg riders to riders with bows?
James converted them from way back when he had, well, obviously his GW staffs, so he gets them half price.
Yeah.
But cut him in half, put them on Warg riders, and had them as dismounts as well.
Very, very cool.
But really nice.
Very cool. But we don't tend to see many Orc trackers out there.
No, they're I think they might be out of production.
Right.
But they tend to get overlooked because shooting's not such a big part of the game anymore.
Yeah. And then speaking of Wargs, like we were before, you get Warg riders, and I believe we've spoken about these guys before.
Yeah, I think so.
Isengard. So Angmar doesn't really seem to have a lot of its own troops.
No, it doesn't.
It's just got you know, your generic evil, as it were, generic orcs. So Warg riders, fight 3.
It's an Orc on a Warg.
Yeah, it's an Orc on a Warg. If you want us to talk about them in depth, then maybe go and check out the Isengard video. Yeah. Rather than us go through all of that again. But this one is interesting. Is this their only unique troop?
Nope, that comes in Mordor.
Oh, what do you mean?
But we get to speak
we're on
about
a roll.
We get to speak about it though.
Yeah, we've not done this yet.
Yeah,
so
Spectre, we took 3
can be banished.
Can be banished. It is a spirit, and it has no will to resist, so it can just go on a 3+.
Wow.
It's nasty.
Wow.
So Spectre is fight value 2 with a 4+ shoot value, strength 3, defense 5, 1 attack, 1 wound, and courage 6.
Interesting.
Good courage. Wears heavy armour, and depending on the model, well, they all have swords.
Okay.
Though they can't special strike with them. They cause terror, and they have spectral blades. When determining what you need to wound, you use the courage value.
Yeah, so just the same as Army of the Dead.
Yeah.
Quite expensive.
Yeah, 15 points, so 9 guard, but they've got some good abilities. They've got a fell light is in them. At any point in its move, a Spectre can choose a single enemy model anywhere within 12 inches of the Spectre. The target must pass a courage test or make a full move under the control of the evil player, even if it is already moved. This cannot be used to enter another model's control zone or perform an action that will cause it harm, and affected models may not move further that turn. So we used this with the -1 from the Necromancer to push models around and sort of lock heroes in place.
Yep.
We also managed to use one of them to fell light the carrier of the prize and seize the prize. So you picked it up, come here.
Get over here!
Get over here! Hey Sauron! Go into it. I mean the Necromancer, it's definitely not Sauron.
Yeah. Well, we've seen them before as well. We've seen them in Middle-earth's Deadliest Warband.
Were they?
Yeah, they
were in Angmar. Yeah, they were pushing on the dwarf spearmen back. They won that game, did they?
They did beat Erebor. Yes, they did. we did not expect that. Mind you, if you think about it.
Well, they pinned one of them up against the wall, didn't they?
Yeah, they did pin one of them up against the wall. Yeah, he remembers.
Push him against the wall.
And then they used their spectral blades to negate all of the dwarven defence.
Yeah. Good times for Angmar.
Bad times, bad times.
What hero did they have? Must have been an
I can't remember, there's something awful.
Must have been an old captain.
Must
have been, surely.
Must have been.
Yeah.
Must have been. So yeah, those are Spectres, so that means that's something that we can chalk off not talking about on Mordor. In Mordor. And then only in a couple of videos ago did we talk about cave trolls.
Yeah.
And that is it. That's all.
There's not a great deal in Angmar. That's why the orcs are your mainstay of your army, and they're awful. Yeah. That's why you need a shade with Angmar.
Yeah.
In pure Angmar, you need a shade.
Yeah. So a list which is very much about its heroes enabling awful troops to do better. Yeah. Probably. And negating other armies.
Denying their heroes.
Yeah.
Their goodness.
So that's it. That's it for Warriors of Angmar. But don't worry, you're not just going to have a 7-minute video. We are going to talk about these nice little bits, these pictures. And go through. That's a nice picture. That's a nice picture. That. Lots of goblins. Okay.
No, don't do this. This is rubbish. Let's just skip this. It's awful.
Okay. Well, we won't go through it. But there is something here called Battles Beneath the Earth. So for anybody who is interested, there are some rules for fighting underground, which is nice and fluffy.
Yeah.
I've never seen them or it been used before, but pretty cool. And it's got a picture of a cool little board there. So if anybody has used these and done any of those scenarios, let us know. I think it'd be quite a cool thing to maybe film someday, do a little scenario, try and get a board like that. It'd be quite cool. Rick, have a word. Let's start off with this scenario here. It's Blood at Westgate.
Yeah. So I assume this is Balin's expedition getting into Moria.
It is indeed. So should we read through this?
Yeah, sure.
So when the Fellowship of the Ring happened upon the chamber of blah, 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 they found a dusty old tome within which was recorded the fate of Balin's expedition. There they discovered the name of the dwarves that had given to the sinister guardian of Westgate and the fate of those who sought to escape it. Ooh, scary stuff. Balin's expedition to Moria has proven to be ill-fated. Although at first the dwarven expeditionaries seemed to meet with great success, over time they were beset by terrible calamities. Hordes of Moria goblins relentlessly assailed them, forcing the dwarves to fight for every hall and passageway, and then Balin himself was slain, shot by an orcish arrow as he gazed into the Mirror. Now Khazad-dûm is all but overrun by the goblins of Moria and their allies. The dwarves are facing annihilation at the hands of their hated foes, and the terrible power that has risen from the deepest delvings. So, they determined to send a scouting party. Bad mistake. That's like a horror movie. Let's split up. So they determined to send a scouting party out from Westgate so as to summon aid either from any kinsmen they might find upon the great east-west road, or otherwise call upon some other free peoples to aid them. The surrounding vales are doubtless littered with packs of ravening wargs, or even goblin warbands, but against these the dwarves have every chance of success. What they do not count upon, however, is the danger that stirs in the, was that fetid waters?
Fetid.
Fetid? Fetid?
Fetid waters.
Fetid waters outside the gate. How long this mysterious watcher in the water has slumbered there is a mystery, but now it awakes, ready to sate its appetite on dwarf flesh. Only the courageous or reckless would risk these waters, but the dwarves must be both if they are to escape and summon aid. This is pretty cool fluff. It's basically dwarves versus the Watcher.
Yeah, and a few goblins.
And a few goblins and a few goblins. So who are the participants?
So good side get up to 500 points of warbands chosen from Durin's folk in the Free People's Sourcebook. The only heroes that can be taken are dwarf captains and shield bearers. The only warriors are dwarf scouts, which are not a thing. Dwarf rangers and Iron Guard. So you can only take Iron Guard.
You only want to take Iron Guard.
And Evil take the Watcher in the Water and with 350 points of warbands chosen from Moria. So apart from the Watcher in the Water, the only heroes that can be used are Wild Warg chieftains, Moria Goblin captains and Moria Goblin shamans, and you can only take Moria Goblin warriors, Moria Goblin prowlers, Wild Wargs and Warg marauders. Why would you take Warg marauders?
Yeah.
Why would you let them take it in that list?
I don't think we did it. 'Cause we could probably do this. We just need to watch her. But apart from that,
I've got 6 tentacles.
you got 6 tentacles. Let's do it. Could be interesting.
Put it on.
Have you got 500 points of captains and shield bearers and Iron Guard?
Yeah.
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 And you definitely got the goblins.
Yeah,
so
we just need the board and the huge river.
It's certainly one that we could do. The layout is key on this. This scenario is played on a board measuring approximately 72 inches by 48 inches. The board should feature Westgate at one end, touched by the swollen waters of the Cyrenon. The remainder of the board should boast rocky outcrops and outlying scrub and so on.
So hard to get out of Westgate by the looks of it.
Yeah, it does look pretty tough.
You exit into the deep waters, basically.
No, what?
So you enter into the...
Oh, you enter into shallow water.
Oh yeah.
You've got shallow water around the edge and then deep water in the middle. It actually says starting positions. The good player starts by placing his force within 12 inches of Westgate. These models can be within the waters of the Cyrenon. However, deploying in deep water may be risky.
You drown.
You drown if you're a dwarf. You pretty much drown.
Yeah.
Like, guaranteed almost. The evil player then places his own warriors on the board, anywhere more than 24 inches from the dwarves. The Watcher in the Water is not placed on the battlefield at the start of the game.
Turn 1 comes up, drowns the dwarfs.
I'm really looking forward to filming this now. It'll be brutal. We can do something.
Okay. Blue tissue paper.
Blue tissue paper. Yeah, we could just run some water, put some water on a ball. Objectives. The dwarves of Balin's expedition must escape from Khazad-dûm before it becomes their tomb forever. Thus, this advanced party must forge a way out into the surrounding country. The good side is victorious if 5 models, including a single good hero, can move off from the western board edge. The evil player is victorious if he can prevent this from happening. I think that the evil player might have an advantage here.
Yeah, so do I.
Special rules, deep waters. The pool that gathers at the foot of the gate stream is now swollen, whether by natural means or by some sinister design. Now its murky waters lap at the walls of Moria, hindering the dwarves in their escape. Models that may wade through shallow waters without penalty. However, any that wish to move through deep water are subject to the rules for swimming and must test to see if they drown. And we've got Courage of the Doomed. The dwarves know their days are numbered if they can't break free and summer day. The good side does not test for being broken in this scenario, even if they are reduced below 50% of their starting numbers.
Cool.
So that gives them a bit of a thing. Blood at Westgate. Looks like an interesting little scenario. Be a good one to do. If any of you guys have done Blood at Westgate, let us know, because I think it'd be quite cool to hear about how this one goes and if there's anything that needs balancing before we have a go at it. I think it's certainly one we could do.
Yeah.
You up for that?
Yeah. We'll put it down as the thing we should do.
We'll put it on that ever-growing list. So next up, we have got They Are Coming.
Yeah, they're coming. This is essentially Balin's tomb. So the participants are 300 points of warbands chosen from the Durin's folk army list, Named heroes and dwarf ballistas may not be used, so it's just captains, shield bearers, king's champion, and 300 points. The Balrog and 250 points of his followers and other warbands from the Moria list, which must include at least 24 Moria goblins, apart from the Balrog. The only hero that can be used are Moria goblin captains and shamans, and the only warriors that can be used are Moria goblin warriors.
Okay, the basic stuff.
Yep, so layout's a 48 inch by 48 by 48. The starting positions are the good player sets up anywhere on the board that is more than 12 inches from a board edge, so in the square in the middle around Balin's tomb.
Yeah.
The evil player then divides his force into 4 separate groups in as equal numbers as possible. Each group is then deployed in a different entrance. The Balrog and Moria Goblin heroes can be a part of any group. All models must be set up within 3 inches of their respective entrances.
Okay, pretty cool.
Yep. Objectives. The good player wins if 1 or more dwarves reach Erebor with the dire news. Sorry, my voice is
struggling. With the dire news as described below. And they slay at least 20 Moria Goblin warriors. If the dwarves achieve one of these things but are all slain before they can achieve the second, then the game is a draw. The evil player wins if the dwarves fail to achieve both objectives before they are all slain. The dwarves win immediately if the Balrog is slain, as the goblins will flee in despair without the great beast to lead them. So, not giving them a bit of a chance, you reckon, or is it getting massively?
It's just you got to ignore the Balrog.
Ignore the Balrog, kill everything else.
See which one of the Balrogs. We're not escaping that way.
Yeah. So we've got special rules. Escape. The good player may elect to have any dwarf attempt to escape by moving them off the board edge through one of the entrances. At the end of each turn, the good player rolls a dice for each dwarf that has escaped in this manner that turn. On a roll of a 1 to 5, the dwarf has been captured as he flees and dies a horrible, torturous death at the hands of a goblin. On a roll of a 6, the dwarf successfully evades pursuit and eventually comes to Erebor with his tale of woe. This roll cannot be modified by knights.
That's not fair.
No, that's not a 50-50 chance.
No. Maybe if it was like, it's a 6, second dwarf it's a 5, third dwarf it's a 4.
I guess because the objectives are the good player wins if 1 or more dwarves reach Erebor. So I guess by making it a 6, you've got to try and get 6, at least giving it a go. At least 6, giving it a go. So that's why.
Just fight your way to a board edge. He runs off. Nope. He runs off. Nope.
Yeah.
They all manage to leave. No one rolls 6. Well, that seems unfair.
You keep rolling 1 to 5 the whole game. Oh dear. This is not statistical. So we've got the last stand as a special rule as well. The Balrog has arrived and the fate of the dwarves is no longer in question. They resolve to keep on fighting and to take as many of their foes with them as they can. Dwarves do not need to take courage tests even for charging the Balrog. And we've got Relentless Assault. For every goblin slain, another will take its place, and another, and another. When a goblin is killed, the evil player must put it aside to be used as a reinforcement. At the end of each evil move phase, he may roll a dice for each reinforcement. On the roll of 4 to 6, the model may be brought in as a reinforcement, moving onto the board edge from one of the entrances. On a roll of a 1 to 3, the model remains off board, but can be rolled for again in the evil player's next turn. Reinforcements may not charge on the turn they enter the battle, but may otherwise act normally. So a bit of an alternative kind of Balin's Tomb, basically.
Yeah.
And anybody wants to see Balin's Tomb and the Fellowship, we did that, didn't we? It's a very popular battle report.
Very good.
Very popular. I think it's the most popular scenario back rep.
I'm not sure.
I think it is.
No, it'd be the Battle of the Blackgate.
Yes, because that's been...
No, that was on the...
it's been rocketing up, hasn't it?
Yeah, that was on the suggested video for a very long time. It's now the campaign.
Okay, good stuff.
However, Tom and Damien are going to do the campaign version with the Fellowship heroes with their reduced might and will of fate.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's better the campaign. Yeah.
Cool.
Get the same scenario but with other people playing it.
Yeah, that'd be really good. That'd be good. So that is They Are Coming. Who do you think that's in favour of?
Definitely. Well, most of these are in favour of what happens.
Yes.
So evil, obviously.
Yeah, evil definitely got the advantages here. Okay, then we've got the Bridge of Khazad-dûm. Okay, so this is, as the Fellowship races through Moria and attempt to cross beneath the misty mountains, they discover Balin's tomb and the bodies of the last dwarf defenders of his underground kingdom. So that tells you what happens in this one. Yeah. Suddenly, surrounded by ferocious goblins, they battle their way out of the tomb and through the halls onto Warg, finally reaching the deep chasm spanned by the Bridge of Khazad-dûm. So we all know this bit in the movies, very famous bit.
You shall not pass.
A lot of people's favourite part. A lot of people love that bit of the movie with Gandalf. Very iconic. The Fellowship is being closely pursued by the Goblin hordes, and narrow bridge offers their only hope of escape. As they reach the bridge, Gandalf turns to make a stand and give the rest of the Fellowship a chance to escape. Then, emerging from the shadows, comes the greatest of all the evil creatures of Moria, the Balrog. In the ensuing fight, Gandalf shatters the bridge, allowing the Fellowship to escape, as he and the Balrog tumble down into the depths of the chasm. So the participants were good. The good force consists of the following models from the Fellowship army list.
It's the Fellowship.
Yeah, it's all of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's important to note that Aragorn has a bow and Frodo has his mithril coat and sting. No other options may be taken.
No horses.
No horses. Now evil consists of Balrog and 250 points of his followers and other warbands chosen from the Moria army. And again, same rules as before, only Moria Goblin captains and shamans.
And only Moria Goblin warriors.
Yeah, so pretty much standard. Yeah. Nothing fancy. So the layout, a broad chasm at least 6 inches wide lies across the centre of the playing area. The chasm is too wide to jump across even for a Balrog. It is spanned by a bridge 3 inches wide. This is wide enough so that no more than 2 models can fight side by side, but 1 model can block the bridge and prevent any further passage across it. Okay. There are 3 entrances to the chamber. Each is a broad tunnel that lies 16 inches from the chasm. The exit is another tunnel that lies the same distance on the opposite side of the bridge. Each entrance is approximately 4 inches wide. The area between the bridge and the entrances is strewn with rubble that counts as difficult terrain. Okay, so just to give these guys an idea, that's kind of what it looks like. There, I think they can see it.
I hope so. Good luck.
Yeah, I hope you saw that. Okay. So, for starting positions, the good player sets up the Fellowship first in a group between the chasm and the chamber entrances with no model closer than 7 inches to either the chasm or any entrance. The evil player's forces will enter the table via the tunnels each turn as described in the special rules below. Objectives: the good player wins if the bridge is destroyed and at least 4 members of the Fellowship have exited the table. In addition, Frodo must be amongst those to exit the table. The evil player wins immediately if he slays 6 members of the Fellowship or if he slays Frodo. Target priority.
Yeah, kill Frodo.
Kill Frodo. So we've got some special rules here in hot pursuit. See what they did there? In hot pursuit. Up to 10 goblin models can enter the chamber each turn for the first 3 turns. The evil player may choose which models to use. In addition, the
Balrog.
Yeah. In addition, the Balrog enters the chamber on the 3rd turn. Models may not charge on the turn they enter the chamber. We've also got exhausted. The heroes have expended some of their might points in the earlier battles they fought. Each hero therefore reduces his might by 2. Oh dear. At the start of the battle.
More
Yeah. This means that heroes normally start up with 2 might points will have none at the start of the battle. In addition, Frodo is assumed to have used all of his fate points during his fight with the cave troll in Balin's tomb, and therefore has no fate points at the start of the battle. Ooh.
Goblin archers.
Goblin archers. Yeah.
That's 6, but 2 6s kill him.
Yeah.
Put the ring on.
We've got the bridge here. Gandalf can inflict damage on the bridge by standing on it and using his magical powers to cast a sorcerer's blast at it. Roll a dice to see how much damage is caused. On a roll of a 1, no damage is inflicted. Roll of a 2 or 3, the bridge suffers 1 point of damage. On a roll of 4 or 5, the bridge suffers 2 points. On a roll of 6, the bridge suffers 3 points of damage. Gandalf may not use his might to modify his roll. Once the bridge has taken 3 points of damage, it is destroyed and collapses and may no longer be used, and if any model upon it falls into the chasm, it is slain. So, pretty good kind of representation of...
Yeah, I guess you'd have to take out Heroic March from there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course you would. I think a lot of what you've got to bear in mind is a lot of these source book scenarios and a lot of the old sort of Fellowship and Two Towers
are made before the new Heroic. So otherwise you just Heroic March and Aragorn over it, well over it, 12 inches away, Gandalf blasts until it's destroyed. It's like, whew!
Yeah.
Didn't go near the Balrog.
Yeah.
It leaves.
Yeah, I think that could be quite a fun one to do.
Yeah,
and one that's possible to do.
That's going to happen though in the campaign.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm guessing it's a different version than the source book.
A little bit different.
A little bit different. So yeah, and wow, there's still 2 more in here. So we've got the Flights of Lothlórien. That's just right.
We have recorded this one.
The Flights of Lothlórien?
Yeah, but the thing's got different participants in it.
Okay.
Have we done this one? No, we haven't. No, we haven't done this one.
You've not done this one. Okay, so this is the Flights of Lothlórien. And this is after the death of Gandalf. So Gandalf has died.
Sad face.
Gandalf has died. Fly you falls.
It's not died, has it?
Hmm?
It's not really died.
It's a metaphor, really, isn't it?
It's resting.
It's a metaphor of resurrection and all that kind of stuff, isn't it? You know, it comes back. Oh. So this is, they've not got any time to grieve. The goblins are pursuing them. Aragorn is leading the companions eastwards towards Lothlórien. So basically seeking the elves for help. Okay, so participants have 500 points of warbands from the Lothlórien and Mirkwood army list. So have a little look at the Free People source book. It must include one Galadriel captain to represent Haldir's brother Orofin. The only other heroes that may be used are Galadriel captains, Galadriel Stormcallers and Wood Elf captains. All heroes must be on foot. The force may not include any Galadriel knights or any guards of the Galadriel court. So it has to be like your standard kind of fluffy Galadriel, as it were. Yeah. Evil, on the other hand, up to 500 points of war. Can you have Rumil? No. No Rumil. I know Haldir. Yeah, maybe we'll get onto that. Yeah. Up to 500 points of warbands shown from Moria army list. The only heroes that might be used are the Wild Warg chieftains, Moria Goblin captains, and Moria Goblin shamans. The only warriors that may be used are Moria Goblin warriors, Moria Goblin prowlers, Wild Wargs, and Warg marauders. Good choice. Although not mentioned by name, it seems that Smeagol was amongst the goblins hunting the Fellowship.
Gollum, sure.
Yeah, it would have been Gollum, wouldn't it? The evil player may therefore take Smeagol, meaning Gollum, from the Fellowship army list if he wishes to. Well, it must.
Oh yes, that's Smeagol, isn't it? Yeah. It's,
so he must be able to take.
Smeagol. Good Smeagol.
Good Smeagol. Interesting. So it's played on 48 by 48. Representing the Lothlórien, border, the border of Lothlórien. The Silverlode is a narrow stream with steep slopes and should be about 2 inches wide. It can be crossed by jumping over at the crossing points indicated on the map. So it's got a few crossing points.
It's got 3 points.
There you go, it's on that one there. Beyond the Silverlode is an open area with scattered trees and rocks, and then 18 inches from the stream, the forest thickens into a mixture of scattered trees and areas of dense woodland. So we've got some starting positions here. The good player deploys his army first. The good army is divided into 2 groups, each with as near as possible the same number of models, and each with at least 1 hero if the army has 2 or more. One group, including the Galadriel captain representing Orofin, must be set up within 6 inches of the Silverlode on the woodland side of the stream. It is their job to lure the goblins into a trap. The other group is hidden in ambush, as described in the special rules in the section below. The evil player then sets up between the board edge and the far bank of the Silverlode. The good player wins if all the models in the evil army are slain, and if the model representing Orofin is still alive, the evil player wins if all the models in the good army are slain. Any other outcome results in a draw. So we do have the special rules, the ambush here. The second group of wood elves is revealed at the start of any turn where there is a model from either side within 18 inches of the finish line. The good player and the evil player take it in turns to place the models, starting with the good player. The models must be placed more than 18 inches from the Silverlode and at least 6 inches away from any model in the evil player's army. The models can move and fight normally on the turn they appear. Is this one you played before?
No.
And which way does that seem to sort of favour?
It seems...
It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it?
I'd say it favours good, because if it's literally to the wipeout, you just break evil.
Yeah.
And they go, says the shamans.
Yeah.
But it seems favoured to the good.
Yeah, it seems a bit favoured to good. Again, it might be well, it's going to come up in the campaign, won't it? Or a version of it, probably.
So. Yeah, a version of it.
A version of it might come up. If not, then certainly one that we could do in the future.
Yeah.
You've got one of those models again.
Well, I don't really have many Moria goblins. That's the thing. Like,
you don't?
I've got a lot of black shields.
We could use them to represent, I suppose.
Yeah.
We could use them to represent. So one that we could do, and then this one here.
The Barrow-downs. We've played this. This is actually on the channel.
Yeah. So do you want to?
Well, they can watch the battle report.
Well, you can watch the battle report if you want to. Is it the exact version or is it slightly different, this one?
No, it's exactly the same.
Exactly the same. So we're not going to talk you through this one because we want you to watch the rest of our videos. And with that, that takes us to the end of
Moria and Angmar.
Moria and Angmar. Moria and Angmar week.
Review.
So hopefully you've enjoyed all of the videos and all the content. It'd be nice. Be quite interested to go through some of them and even refresh myself with a list that I don't really know too well. So I hope it's been useful to you guys. And you got lots and lots of painting done because that's what these videos are for. Hopefully we'll get a battle report with Moria and Angmar in at some point and use that as the special don't forget as always to comment, like, share and subscribe.
Support your hobby, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
And as always guys, happy strategy battle gaming.